In the deepest corners of our lives, there are moments when we feel like we are standing alone, completely alone. No one understands the weight of our struggles. No one seems to see the pain etched on our hearts. The noise of the world, the voices of those around us blur into a background hum. Every day feels like a battle, and sometimes the hardest part isn't the fight itself. It's the overwhelming sense of isolation that comes with it. But let me tell you something important, something that most people miss in their darkest hours. It is in these very moments when a man has no one but God that he uncovers the limitless power within himself. It is when you feel like you've lost everything, when there's no one to lean on, that you will discover the strength and resilience that was always there, buried beneath layers of doubt and fear. The truth is, we live in a world filled with distractions. We are surrounded by opinions, expectations, and constant noise. Every day someone is telling us what to do, how to think, how to behave, what to believe. We are bombarded by social media, by the opinions of others, by the judgments of people who don't truly know us. It's easy to get lost in this. It's easy to forget who we are, to lose touch with the dreams that once burned bright in our hearts. But let's pause for a moment and consider something profound. Every great person who has ever lived, every leader, every trailblazer, every game changer, they all had one thing in common. They faced moments of doubt, of solitude, of seeming abandonment. And in those moments, they discovered that the only thing that could carry them forward was the power of belief. Belief in themselves, belief in their purpose, belief that they were destined for greatness, no matter the obstacles, no matter the criticism, no matter the storms that raged around them. Look at the lives of the greats. Look at Abraham Lincoln, a man who faced rejection after rejection, criticism after criticism. In the face of personal loss and national division, Lincoln found strength in his faith and his unwavering belief in the idea of a united nation. He had no one but his faith to rely on. The world mocked him, but he rose to greatness because he believed not in the opinions of others, but in the higher calling of his own soul. Look at Thomas Edison. How many times was he told that his ideas were impossible? How many doors were slammed in his face? How many times did people laugh at his relentless pursuit of what was considered the impossible, the light bulb? Edison failed again and again. He was alone at times, with nothing but the knowledge that he was onto something important. But his faith in the vision, his belief in his purpose, kept him going. He turned darkness into light, not because the world believed in him, but because he believed in himself, in his vision, and in the power of persistence. Henry Ford, too, faced ridicule and failure. He was told that his automobile would never work, that no one would ever buy such a thing. He was told that he was wasting his time. Yet, in the silence of his doubts, in the solitude of his struggle, Ford knew one thing. His purpose was bigger than the opinions of the world. And when he finally succeeded, he changed the world forever. Ford didn't have the support of everyone around him, but he had the strength of his faith, and that faith turned him into one of the most influential men in history. And then there's Walt Disney, a man who was told no, who was fired from a job because he lacked creativity, who was rejected over and over again. But Disney had something that no rejection could ever take away: his belief. His belief that a mouse could change the world. His belief that a world of imagination could come to life. And despite every obstacle, every hardship, Disney created a legacy that still impacts millions of people around the globe. Each of these men stood alone at some point in their journey. They faced ridicule, they faced loneliness, they faced failure, but they didn't give up. Why? Because they had faith. Faith that they were meant for something greater. Faith that even when they had no one but God to lean on, they could still rise. Now think about where you are in your own life. Maybe you're facing challenges right now that feel insurmountable. Maybe you feel like you've been abandoned, like you're fighting a battle no one understands. Maybe you've been knocked down, rejected, and told that your dreams are too big, too impossible. But listen closely. This is not the end of your story. This is just the beginning. When you stand alone, when the world has turned its back on you, when everything around you seems uncertain, you have a choice. You can let fear consume you, or you can embrace the belief that you were born for greatness. You can choose to stand in your own power, to trust in the vision that is burning in your heart, to take action even when it feels like no one is watching. But belief alone is not enough. Faith without action is like a seed that is never planted. It has all the potential in the world, but it will never grow, never bloom, never become what it was meant to be. Faith is the foundation, but action is what builds the house. You must take that belief, that inner fire, and turn it into something real. This is where many people fail. They have the belief, but they don't take action. They wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, the stars to align. But let me tell you, there is no perfect moment. The right opportunity is the one you create. The action you take today is what will shape your future. No one is going to come and give you permission to succeed. You have to take it for yourself. You have to act with conviction, relentless action, even when the path is unclear, even when the world around you seems to be telling you to stop. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. And when you act with purpose, when you move with intention, you create momentum. And that momentum, once it begins, cannot be stopped. But action alone is not enough either. It takes discipline to keep moving, even when the road gets tough. Discipline is the muscle that strengthens your resolve. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who fall short. It's the difference between those who talk about their dreams and those who live them. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's not about being flawless. It's about doing the work day in and day out, even when you don't see the immediate results. It's about staying committed to your vision, even when things get hard, even when the world seems to be against you. Discipline is what will carry you through the storm. And here's the truth. When you combine belief with action, when you add discipline to the mix, you create something unstoppable. You become a force of nature. You become the person who, despite all odds, rises above the challenges, who faces every obstacle with unwavering determination. But even then, there will be moments when things don't go according to plan. There will be moments when you fall. There will be moments when you fail. But this is where resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to get back up, to keep going, even when the world seems to be crumbling around you. It's the strength to keep moving, even when every part of you is screaming to give up. Resilience is not about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it. It's about seeing every setback as an opportunity for growth. The strongest people are not the ones who never fall. The strongest people are the ones who rise every time they fall. As you continue on your journey, you will encounter failure. But don't let failure define you. Let it refine you. Let it teach you. Let it make you stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. And as you keep going, you'll begin to notice something amazing. You'll start to attract the right people into your life. You'll start to attract opportunities that align with your vision. You'll start to see the doors open, one after the other, because the universe, or God, responds to those who act with purpose. This is the law of attraction in action. When you move with intention, when you believe in yourself and take the necessary steps, the universe begins to conspire in your favor. The world begins to align with your vision. But remember this, it is not magic. It is not luck. It is the result of your belief, your action, your discipline, and your resilience. The universe simply responds to the energy you put out. And as you move forward, as you build your success, remember to stay grounded in gratitude. Gratitude is the key that unlocks more blessings, more opportunities, more success. It shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. When you are grateful for what you have, for every step you take, for every lesson you learn, you open yourself to receive even more. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It's about living in a state of appreciation. It's about recognizing the blessings in every moment, even the hard ones. Gratitude is what keeps you humble. It keeps you focused on the bigger picture. And in doing so, it opens the door to even greater success. So when you find yourself alone, when it feels like no one believes in you, when you feel like you have nothing left but your faith, remember this. You have everything you need. You have belief, you have action, you have discipline, you have resilience, you have gratitude. You have all the tools necessary to create the life you desire. The question is, will you use them? Will you rise to the challenge and step into your power? Will you trust in the process even when the path is unclear? When a man has no one but God, he finds his true strength. He finds his purpose. He finds the courage to take action, to persist, and to create a life beyond his wildest dreams. And so can you.